Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 3, day 3 of the 10-year YouTube celebration. And today I'm going to pick it up once again. The first episode, of course, like I said before, I reacted and gave insight on my first video and my first 2 gameplay videos. And on day 2, I talked all about my first actual Let's Play, which was of Super Mario Bros. We're going to be looking at a series that I did back in basically all of 2016, which was me playing the mobile game WWE Supercard. Now, Supercard was a game that I used to like a lot, genuinely. I liked it quite a bit. I was a big fan right from the beginning. I saw like a commercial, like an ad for it when I was watching Raw, I think. Raw or SmackDown at the time. Summer of 2014 is when the game came out initially. And yeah, I kind of fell in love with it. I really liked the concept. And yeah, I loved Season 1. Season 1 is still hands down my favorite season of Supercard. It, like, to me, it just felt special, you know? And I liked having commons up to legendaries, and then, of course, they slowly added in, like, Survivor and, like, WrestleMania tier. And again, it just, like I said, it felt cool and special. I loved, you know, collecting as many cards as I could and like training them up and learning. I loved learning all the different things you could do and like learning the difference between taking 2 of the same card of the same rarity, leveling them up fully, and then proing them and making a perfect pro, which the game would tell you, okay, so if you perfect pro, you get the gold star on it, compared to like a silver star if they weren't fully leveled up, and like it would affect the stats and everything. It was cool. And I loved learning about that. I really liked the introduction of the like events like Road to Glory, Ring Domination, People's Champions Challenge. Well, PCC was PCC I think was the worst one there. But it was still fine. Like, I loved the strategy of it, and getting to put together any team of any superstar that's basically ever been in WWE. Again, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it right from the get-go. And then because of that, a year later, after Season 1, they did a big update announcing Season 2, and they had everyone start over, and for as much time as you put into Season 1, if you were able to get up to those higher tiers, Legendary and Survivor and WrestleMania, then you were rewarded for putting in the time and the effort to get to a good spot in Season 1 you were rewarded for that because they introduced the Legacy Fusion Chamber, where you could basically trade in some of your other cards, and then, like, say if you had WrestleMania cards from Season 1, then you could get a special Legacy Fusion Ultra Rare, and get like a leg up on everyone since we were restarting. And then Survivor gave you a special Super Rare, and then Legendary gave you a Super Rare, or a Normal Rare gave you a Rare. And yeah, it was a really cool thing, and that was when they also started letting you take some of your favorite pictures, like pictures from Season 1 take some of your favorite card pictures from Season 1, and then you could use those again in Season 2. They kept all the same game modes. They, again, very slowly introduced another tier higher than WrestleMania, and that was the SummerSlam tier, which I always thought was very weird. But, I mean, whatever. That was a weird one, you know. And then Season 2 was cool. I fell off for a bit before coming back near the end, and then got excited for Season 3 again. And Season 3 was cool at the start. I even made a video right at the start of Season 3 introducing some of the new features from someone who plays Season 1 and 2. And they kept going with Ring Domination, Road to Glory, and PCC. They introduced a new they introduced 2 new modes called the Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank, which were a lot of fun. which were a lot of fun and introduced even more strategy to the game. And yeah, I really liked Supercard. But Season 3, at some point during Season 3, near the end of 2016 for me, I just completely fell off and never came back to it. And since then, I very rarely logged back into the game just to see how things have changed and what's going on, and I just don't really care for it. And like for me, because Season 3, when they brought that in, they didn't have everyone restart like they had with Season 1 and 2. They just had everything carry over, and introduced even more tiers and stuff like that, like rarities for the cards. And I don't know, there was just something I really liked about it being this free-to-play mobile game, and I didn't put any money into it at all. So I thought it was really cool and kind of rewarding to play through, and to be able to just play through, put as much time in it as I wanted to, get to a spot where I felt good and comfortable, and I was having a lot of fun, and then that time that I just naturally put into it to make the team that I wanted was then rewarded by giving me a slight leg up in the next season. I like that going from Season 1 to Season 2, and they didn't do that for Season 3, and then that really is kind of just what made me lose interest, and then I firmly just, again, stopped playing and then lost all interest in it. And that was the biggest thing for me. And then every time, like, again, those rare times where I'll log back in just to check on things and see how it's going. Again, it obviously ends up being so long since I played since the last time. They literally basically treat it like I'm starting the game fresh, giving me all new cards and a bunch of shit. But then, like, if I go in, I can see all my previous cards are still there. So, I don't know. So that's kind of funny, I guess, but yeah. But, like, seeing all these cards now, like, one thing I don't like, seeing all these cards now is so interesting to me, where, like, it's so interesting to me for those rare times I do log back in, to see all these cards now, and so many of these cards, you can't even see all the stats on the cards. They're just like, here's, like, the first 3 numbers or whatever, and then, like, it's got in ellipses, and it's like, well, what even is the point anymore? Like, your numbers are so large on the cards, the players can't see the full number. And I'm sure, like, there's another menu where you can, but, like, I don't know. That doesn't appeal to me. But, like, at the same time, if I look at games that, you know, like, emphasize DPS and, like, they put all these numbers on the screen of, like, how much damage you're doing, that doesn't interest me either, and, like, that turns me off from playing that game. So I don't know, like, I don't like the numbers and shit popping up on the screen for that either. So that's probably why I don't like the numbers just being, like, abbreviated basically, and you can't see the whole thing. But yeah, so I just completely fell out of love with it, which probably also didn't help that I was slowly starting to kind of fall out of love with WWE specifically, and then I also just kind of stopped watching wrestling. And, like, I still keep up with it and follow it, but it's been years, actually, since I watched anything wrestling. At the time of recording, the last new wrestling I watched was the start of DPW, which I enjoyed a lot, but again, I talked about it before. I had some financial issues and had to cancel my subscription to DPW On Demand. And even though I'm in a good spot now, I completely fell behind, obviously, and I haven't caught back up. So, I do eventually want to, but mental health issues and shit, I haven't. But yeah, that was Supercard. I guess to give you a little rundown, the first episode was of Season 2 during Road to Glory gameplay. The first episode I made was during Season 2. It was during a Road to Glory event, and that came out February 7th, 2016. And the final episode was on December 31st, 2016, during Season 3, during an Alexa Bliss ring domination event. But genuinely, I don't have much else to say. Like, I kind of said it all, really. I wanted to, and I genuinely have fallen behind on the 10-year celebration stuff. Because, again, both procrastination and depression, you know? I just haven't really been... Like, I knew that I wanted to get all these done, and I'm completely fallen behind, and now I'm recording the day it's gonna go out. So, yeah, but... Regardless, I like Supercard. So regardless, I liked Supercard. I loved it at the start, and I fell out of love with it. I don't like it anymore. There are things I don't like. I would like to eventually come back to this idea, maybe have like a proper video essay on it with like a script of exactly why, but in a nice little unscripted format. That's what I gotta say, and I don't really have much else I want to say without rambling, so... That was day 3 of the 10-year YouTube celebration. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around for the other days in this series. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.